Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I'm old school, but I keep it funky fresh, y'all. And this is deep, y'all. I'm from the deep, y'all. And what you get is what you motherfucking see.
Welcome back, humans! You know what day it is. My name is Jaime, giving you exclusive events on headlines that you didn't even know you needed. And with that said, let's get on with some events, shall we, humans? Well, I know what you're thinking. Man, he's looking a little young today. Well, your eyes aren't fooling you. No, actually, in the Halloween spirit and of all that, I thought I would dress up as a Lions fan, still waiting for their team to win. And it looks like this Lions fan's been waiting a long time, and he'll continue to keep waiting. But that's how it goes in the Lions realm, in the Lions fan realm. Looks like I'll be waiting for a while. Anyways, let's get on with these vents, humans. So a creepy little pattern and a creepy familiarity, if I even said that word right, kind of caught my attention and freaked me out recently when I was watching some of these like mafia and gangster films. I noticed there's like a weird pattern. Like I said, this weird pattern going around. Like all of them, want to gain power by any means necessary. They want to get all the money. They want to eliminate the middleman, and they want to like I said, they want to conquer it all, and they want to be the ones on top. It's always like this power struggle, this power move. It's always the next move. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, wow, that almost sounds like the ones in charge here kind of do that kind of stuff, doesn't it? It kind of sounds a little creepy. It's like I had a weird touch. It was just a little too close to home. So I was like, whoa there. So I had to slow down and look back at this, man. It's like, man, it seems like they've been doing this for a long time when you look at it. And it's really been all about the money. And a lot of people say you get a lot of answers when you go and follow that money. Go and follow that money everywhere, and you'll get all the answers you need. And it seems like they got to create this, like, by any means necessary, they're going to create this, consistent pipeline of like money, like for their generations even to cash in on, like for after they are even dead. You know what I mean? And like, and the media won't touch on this stuff because they pretty much control the media. I mean, it's been obvious lately. Like, I mean, the media is like very one-sided. If you're not against one thing or you're not against this certain side, I mean, they find different ways to make you racist. Like, you're tapping your feet wrong to this song. You're being racist right now. You know what I mean? I don't like the way you're eating that sandwich. You're offending me. There's all kinds of bullshit going on. But because they controlling that shit. But like I said, all their money's coming there. Like I said, it's not just from taxes and politics. Because like I said, there's a control in that media fucking car that just seems to drive the masses these days. And it seems like they're cashing in on crime as well because like that's what they push to the media, and like we eat it all up. Like they push the crime and the fear, like we and all this during like we're watching all this crime stuff because we watch it all the time. If there's a video on all the social medias, you're gonna watch somebody get beat up. You're gonna watch this fight. You're gonna watch the girl fight, right? But all this time they're putting it on the news and all them fucking medias is running all that ad money. And those places are almost pretty much all owned by government nowadays. If you look at all the big companies that actually own a lot of these social medias, there's a lot of like big giant corporations that own like thousands of companies around here that supply us with our entertainment. And they're cashing in like crazy, pretty much on violence. Like on violence that we cause on each other. It's not about like a race on race violence. It's pretty much a human on human violence, and it's like, and they're just cashing in and running to the bank. And we are sitting here doing all the dirty work. Like I've said before, we're doing all the work and they get to cash in. How does that work? When do we get to cash in on some of that dirty work? We don't. We probably get locked up, or shit like that. And like new Netflix series made on shit that we did. And they get paid on that too, probably. But it seems like it's a consistent fight to get all the money. And then it's like them gangster films too. They all went to the like other countries to get to the main drug dealer sources so they didn't have to worry about middlemen, and they could be their own supplier. Like they could be the only supplier and shit like that. And while our government's doing these shady busy deals, business deals and running around with other countries and doing all these, locking in some deals like a lot of former presidents have done and a lot of former people of our government have done, They got to lock up this and shore up all this money for when they ain't in office anymore so they can keep this pipeline of money coming in. And that's why I feel like it has those similarities. Like these people are actually like mafia gangster type motherfuckers that kind of go under the government disguise. And so anyways, so when some up and coming gangsters want to come up to the game, it's not as easy as it is like when you got these people that are like going through their family members and bringing them all up to join it, join this gangster time. You know what I mean? And get all this like, get all the money. No, I'm just kidding, but they're all getting all these people. It's really hard for these up and coming gangsters, but then some of them do break through the mold and they get to this like high level of cash money that catches the, where they get busted. Or what I like to call, you get the government attention. So the government gets you get on their radar, right? So they come over there, you get busted one time. And they see like you're making this crazy amounts of money and they see like the distance of maybe the ground you're covering. So like, man, this dude's got it going on. And then we could capitalize on this. Push these pills or push this and this, and they put you back on the block. And then you get locked into a different type game. That's them deep game type shit. They've got deep web and shit. This is like deep game type shit when the government puts you back out and you're on their clock. So now you can go and sell the drugs still, and you got a little bit of police help, but you still got to give people up because you see what happens in there. You got to give people up in order to keep doing your thing, and you get all in that deep game shit. It's bananas when you see what's going on, and I believe that's still going on today. It's very visible, like I said, because our borders are wide open, overdoses are on the rise, cartels are still getting through. Like I said, everybody getting through. They're ordering people to open up the border and don't block it, and it's also like time where everybody's getting flus and stuff right now. Like we don't need a lot of people coming in when we could be getting sick again. Like when everybody's getting colds and sniffles and shit. That's all we need is like a fentanyl cold. We don't need to be mixing that shit. But I'm just saying. You got to, like I said, you got to get them. And when they put them back on the block, like I said, back to my topic here, they'll put these guys back on the block and they'll be pushing all these products and stuff like that. But now the game has gotten dirtier and deeper, like I said, now that the borders are open, because now they're dealing with outside money from these other cartels and things like that and people smuggling from other countries. So there's like a lot more money to bring in. So I feel like it's more getting greedier. That's why all this dirty stuff is coming in. And now, like I told you about one of my episodes with that dirty weed and shit. Now the weed ain't even safe. Like I'm sure that's why all these like rappers knew about it back then because they were by the coast and shit. And they were like, man, we got to start growing our own weed. So they couldn't wait for that shit to get legal so they could start growing their own weed because the weed ain't even safe no more. Because they're coming in there throwing poison in that shit too. That's crazy. And they named it a shark. They named this shit like a shark, like scare you like Jaws and shit, But you just got to recognize that game. This game, now you see, like it's just a big hustle game. And you see what's going on right now with the Biden family. Like I said, the Biden family, out here fucking clocking dough. His son's out there in front of the media. It's just like those gangster movies when you got that one rowdy dude. I mean, he's not killing people and shit like that. But when you see those videos of like the Joe Pesci type character, making the news and the Gotti guy, killing people and you hear all the shit on the news and their hitmen doing shit. And then like nobody does nothing. Like it just continues to happen. And that's why I feel it has that mafia type feel because like it just continues to happen. It doesn't seem to slow down. And the media seems to be, if it's a certain side, the media is just like praising it. Like you the greatest, this is like the best thing since, what do they say? Sliced bread or whatever the hell, however you want to cut it. But I just feel like that's what's going down. And it's really crooked and really interesting. And more revealing every day, like I said, because the new hustle, these guys are just making all these shady deals, making with all these foreign countries and pushing all this money. And they even bribed other countries, which is coming out now. They were bribing other countries with our taxpayers' money. Like, if you don't fire this guy, we ain't give you the money. If you don't do this and this, we ain't give you this money. Like, that's pretty much some gangster shit right there. We'll pay you for our protection. We're supposedly that military protection that all these people are probably paying for. And like I said, there's a weird, creepy reason that we don't know behind the books on why China doesn't always come up to us and ask us for this, deficit money we owe, or whatever, we owe all these people this money and shit. But it's weird that they don't come and ask for it all the time, but we just keep printing money out. Isn't that another interesting thing to think about? They keep printing money out like they don't care. And nobody cares about this deficit. They talk about this deficit thing. But you never hear about nobody like collecting. You never hear like the White House getting the bill collect call, like, hey man, this is the deficit collector. You never hear about that story, which is another thing that we should pay attention about. Like, that's another interesting thing. Why nobody come and ask for that cash? That's another thing to be thinking about, that hustle game. Because, they're always on the search for that new oil before they decide to 100% let go of that shit, if they can, if we even can. Who knows if our technology is even going to let us get there, because they always suppress the real technology as well. But that's a whole nother show, humans. That's a whole nother show. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and if you did, I appreciate if you would smash that like button, hit that subscription, and turn on those notifications. My name is Jaime, and this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.